Keeping children safe is the most important responsibility you have. Children are naturally curious. We need to embrace this quality and ensure that the environment we provide is safe for children to explore. Outdoor supervision in childcare. It is best practice that teachers regularly do name-to-face recognition throughout the entire day, specifically before going outside, once outside, before coming inside, once inside, before and after snack and lunch times, before, during and after nap time. The list goes on and on. Just make it a habit. To be on the safe side, you should always know how many children are in your care. There is no excuse for not knowing. Be vigilant during the busy drop-off and pick-up times. Do you know the teacher-to-child ratios for every age group in your centre? Now is the time to find out. Even if you are hired as the infant room teacher, you should also know what the ratio requirements are for the 4-year-old classroom, as you may need to help out a colleague and cover the class at some point. Know the maximum group size and know how many children you can have by yourself in a classroom. If you are nearing capacity, you should report your status to the director. Never go over ratio. Children must be accompanied by a staff member at all times, including if there is a need to leave the play area, such as for toileting. It was just for a minute. I know they were mature enough to handle the situation. I could hear them, and they only left my sight for a second. These are some examples of statements made by teachers who are trying to justify being out of compliance and not following the state rules and regulations relating to being able to see and hear all of the children all of the time. The reason why the rules and regulations exist is because it can only take a split second for a child to hurt themselves when they're not being adequately supervised. As teachers, it is our responsibility and duty to ensure the health, safety and well-being of the children in our care. It is essential that a teacher has adequate visual supervision at all times. Teachers should be actively involved with the children's play and not just watching over them. Come on, play with them, have fun, engage. Seek out teachable moments. Inspect those playgrounds before you let the children play on them. Check daily for debris, vandalism or broken equipment. If you see something that concerns you, notify management and please don't assume they know. I've heard of horrible news stories of teachers finding syringes, beer bottles, broken glass, condoms and other dangerous items. There are also natural dangers that could occur, such as inquisitive snakes, spiders and cats that have been known to like to use sandboxes as their own private kitty litter trays. Establishing effective playground rules with your group of children will make outdoor play a happier time, less stressful time for teachers and for children. Children love clear behavioural expectations. They love to know what is expected of them and what they are allowed to do. As teachers, we've all had those days where the only word you hear yourself saying is no. No, don't run on the cement. No, don't hit. No, you need to wait your turn for the bike. Excessive use of the word no doesn't do you or the children any favours. The United States Surgeon General states that children need 1 hour per day of vigorous activity. In today's busy world, most parents find it difficult to fit a day's worth of activities into 24 hours. Most parents wish that they had more time to engage in physical activity with their children, however find it difficult to find the time. An example is a working parent that leaves their home at 7:30 to go drop off a child at childcare. They work all day, then pick up their child at 5:30 or 6 o'clock, allowing just enough time for dinner, bath, book and bed. It makes me tired even thinking about it. For many children, their only experiences outdoors occur in childcare settings or school. It is best practice to encourage outdoor activities in which children are actively involved in play rather than being passive. Playing on the playground in free play is preferred, but doing group games and taking a walk are all activities that count for suitable outdoor time. Weather permitting can be defined as any time except adverse weather. Teachers must use their best judgment when deciding when to take children outside. Short periods of time outdoors should be provided even in hot or cold weather. Playing in gentle rain or snow can both be educational and fun for children. The saying to remember is that there is no bad weather, only bad clothing. Parents should pack appropriate clothing for their child based on the weather forecast. Be cautious of extreme weather, storms, heat index warnings, and always have common sense. Always be able to justify why you do the things you do. You will not look like a teaching professional if you say comments like, I'll ask the director. She's the one that makes us do it. It is a hassle to appropriately dress your children and get them organised to go out and then get them dry on return inside. But think of the learning experience you have given them. What type of teacher would you be if you consistently made statements such as, I'm not going to do that finger painting art activity because the children get too messy. I'm not going to serve spaghetti because the children get it all over their faces, hands and clothes. I am not taking children outside to play in the snow because it's such a hassle when they get wet. All I have to say is, how are the children going to get their wiggles out if they stay inside? The poor closing teacher.